English talking practice. Elara felt a deep frustration bubbling inside her, a common feeling for many aspiring English speakers. Her tongue often stumbled over simple words, and conversations felt like insurmountable mountains. She longed for fluency, for the ability to express herself freely without hesitation. The dream of seamless communication seemed perpetually out of reach, a distant, shimmering mirage. She knew something had to change soon. Countless hours were spent browsing online, searching for the best way to learn English. Each article offered a different magic bullet, a quick fix, but none seemed to truly resonate. Textbooks piled up, apps downloaded, yet the core problem persisted. Actual, confident English talking practice remained elusive for her. She yearned for practical advice. Then, a peculiar blog post caught her eye, promising a revolutionary approach. It wasn't about rote memorization or complex grammar rules. It proposed something deceptively simple: talk in English just 1 page per day. Elara was skeptical yet intrigued, desperate enough to try anything new. Could this truly be the breakthrough she needed? The method was explained in detail, emphasizing consistent, bite-sized practice. Imagine a single page from a book, a short article, or even a diary entry. Your task? To articulate its content aloud in English, summarizing or expanding upon it. This focused English talking practice aimed to build confidence daily, step by step. Elara hesitated. Talking to herself felt awkward, almost foolish. But the post stressed the importance of overcoming self-consciousness. This wasn't about perfection, it was about consistent exposure and active engagement. She decided to give it a sincere try, understanding that true progress demands commitment. Her journey had truly begun. Her first page was a simple recipe. She stumbled, paused, and felt her cheeks flush. First, you take flour. It was far from eloquent, but she spoke. This initial English talking practice felt more like a struggle than a triumph. Yet, a tiny seed of hope was planted within her heart. The blog also highlighted another crucial element: how to improve your listening skills. It stressed that effective speaking originates from effective listening. She started incorporating English podcasts, audiobooks, and even YouTube videos into her daily routine, not just for passive listening but active comprehension, truly engaging with the sounds. She learned to listen for intonation, common phrases, and natural speech patterns. Transcribing short snippets, repeating sentences she heard, and even trying to guess what would come next became her active listening strategies. This significantly enhanced her understanding, preparing her brain for spontaneous English talking practice. The entire philosophy was to start step-by-step talking. No grand leaps, just small, consistent steps. 1 page today, 2 tomorrow if she felt confident, but never pushing herself beyond comfortable limits. This gradual approach made the daunting task of learning English feel manageable, not overwhelming. Slowly, talking about a page became a daily ritual, a cornerstone of her English study plan for talking. She recorded herself sometimes, listening back with a critical yet encouraging ear. The awkwardness began to fade, replaced by a growing sense of familiarity with her own voice speaking English. One persistent challenge was how to remember words. New vocabulary would often slip away as quickly as it appeared. The blog offered practical advice beyond simple flashcards, suggesting contextual learning and active recall techniques for retention. She needed a more robust system. Elara started using mnemonic devices, associating new words with vivid images or short stories. She also integrated new vocabulary directly into her daily page summaries, forcing herself to use the words actively. This active recall solidified her memory, making words stick more effectively. Learning words in isolation proved far less effective than then understanding them in context. When she encountered a new word, she'd look for its usage in several sentences, noticing collocations and common phrases. This made remembering words easier, as they were part of a larger, meaningful network. With each passing week, Elara noticed subtle yet significant improvements. Her pauses became shorter, her sentences more coherent. The fear of making mistakes lessened, replaced by a willingness to experiment. These small victories fueled her motivation to continue her journey. Her confidence began to bloom. She no longer shied away from opportunities to speak, even if just for a few sentences. This consistent English talking practice was transforming not just her language skills but her entire self-perception. She felt a new sense of empowerment. Then came the insidious question, why you should not learn English. It wasn't from an article, but from well-meaning friends or even internal doubts. It's too hard, one might say. You don't really need it, another implied, subtly undermining her efforts. Sometimes, the pressure came from within. The sheer volume of vocabulary, the nuances of pronunciation, the endless grammatical rules. Her motivation wavered. Was all this effort truly worth it? Doubts threatened to derail her meticulously built English study plan. But then she remembered her initial motivations. The desire to travel independently, to read untranslated books, to connect with people globally. These were powerful, personal reasons. The fleeting difficulties paled in comparison to the immense rewards awaiting her. She reframed the challenge. Learning English wasn't about avoiding failure, it was about embracing the journey, enjoying the process. It was about personal growth, expanding her worldview, and unlocking new opportunities. These were compelling reasons to persist. Her why became stronger than any why not. The joy of understanding a complex podcast, the thrill of ordering coffee in English abroad, the satisfaction of forming a coherent argument. These experiences reinforced her commitment to her English study plan. The 1 page per day evolved. Sometimes it was a short story, sometimes a news article. Other times, it was simply talking about her day, articulating thoughts and feelings in English. This flexibility kept the English talking practice fresh and engaging daily. She learned to embrace mistakes as stepping stones, not failures. Each mispronounced word or grammatical error provided a learning opportunity. This shift in mindset was crucial for sustained progress, fostering a fearless approach to speaking. Elara even found an online language exchange partner, putting her how to talk in English skills to the test. These real-time conversations were challenging but immensely rewarding. She discovered that genuine interaction accelerated her progress significantly. Improving her listening skills proved invaluable in these interactions. Understanding accents, colloquialisms, and rapid speech made conversations flow naturally. Her active listening strategies from before truly paid off, enhancing comprehension. Fluency, once a distant dream, now seemed within her grasp. It wasn't about speaking perfectly, but about speaking effectively and confidently. Her English study plan had evolved into a sustainable, enjoyable lifestyle, full of linguistic exploration. Elara was a changed person. She could navigate foreign cities with ease, engage in international discussions, and even enjoy English-language media without subtitles. Her consistent English talking practice, diligently maintained, had truly transformed her life. She often shared her story, advocating for the one-page-per-day method. "It's the best way to learn English for practical use," she'd tell eager learners. Her personal journey served as a testament to the power of consistent, focused effort. "It's not about grand gestures," she would emphasize, but about daily consistency. The idea of start step-by-step talking resonated deeply with those overwhelmed by the sheer scale of learning a new language. Small steps build big results. She also stressed the importance of how to remember words. Without effective vocabulary retention, progress would inevitably stall. Integrating new words into daily conversations and personal summaries was her secret weapon for success. The ultimate goal wasn't just to speak English, but to truly communicate, to connect. This human element was the driving force behind her sustained dedication. Language was merely a bridge to broader understanding and connection. Looking back, the early struggles seemed distant. The initial awkwardness, the fear of judgment, the moments of despair, all were stepping stones. Her unwavering commitment to her English study plan had paved the way for remarkable growth. Learning English had a powerful ripple effect, impacting other areas of her life. Her problem-solving skills improved, her confidence grew in general, and she felt a newfound sense of accomplishment. It was a holistic and enriching transformation. Now, her daily page was no longer a chore but a genuine joy. It was a moment of quiet reflection, a chance to articulate thoughts, and a dedicated segment of English talking practice. This routine became deeply ingrained and cherished. Similarly, her listening practice became a source of pleasure. She could enjoy intricate dialogues in films, follow nuanced arguments in documentaries, and appreciate the rhythm of native speakers. Her listening skills were sharp. She realized there was no single best way to learn English for everyone, but rather a combination of tailored strategies. However, consistent English talking practice was universally crucial for true progress. Elara felt a deep satisfaction in empowering others to embark on their own language journeys. She often emphasized that the path was unique for everyone, but discipline and positive mindset were always key. She helped dispel the myth that one needed to live abroad to achieve fluency. With dedicated English talking practice and smart online resources, significant progress was absolutely achievable from anywhere. Elara became a true advocate for language learning. She understood the profound impact it had on personal growth and global understanding. Her entire journey was a testament to the power of perseverance. How to talk in English was less about perfect grammar and more about courageous communication. The fear of mistakes often paralyzed learners, but Elara encouraged bold attempts, prioritizing connection over flawless execution. Her advice for how to remember words always included active recall and contextualization. Simply reading lists wasn't enough. Using new words in spoken sentences and creating personal connections made them stick. The lingering question, why you should not learn English, often surfaced when people encountered significant difficulty. Elara gently guided them back to their core motivations, reminding them of the immense rewards. Every small step, every successfully uttered sentence, every understood conversation, was a victory truly worth celebrating. This positive reinforcement was vital for sustaining motivation on the long path to fluency. Her English study plane for talking was not a destination, but an ongoing journey. There were always new words to learn, new accents to understand, and new ways to express herself. The learning never truly stopped. This commitment transformed English from a school subject into a lifelong skill, a tool for exploration and profound connection. It became an integral part of her identity, opening doors she never knew existed. The quiet dedication of 1 page per day accumulated into profound, lasting change. It demonstrated that even small, consistent efforts, when applied diligently, can yield extraordinary results over time. Elara's English journey truly surpassed her wildest expectations. She had started simply wanting to communicate, but had gained so much more: confidence, a global perspective, and a lasting passion for learning. This entire story underscored the immense power of habit. The seemingly insignificant act of daily English talking practice, compounded over months and years, transformed her aspirations into a tangible reality. Her message to others was clear: find your personal, best way to learn English. Experiment with different techniques for how to remember words and how to improve your listening skills. But above all, start step by step talking. Don't wait for perfection. Just begin, however imperfectly, and let momentum build. The act of speaking is the most powerful catalyst for growth. Her English study plane for talking was not rigid, but adaptive. It allowed for bad days, for plateaus, but always returned to the core principle of consistent, brave, daily engagement. Elara often reflected on the why you should not learn English argument. It was a test, a moment of profound doubt. But ultimately, her intrinsic motivation always prevailed, pushing her steadfastly forward.